knows you're not selling anything.
The Fed's not done, and I'm going to tell you why.
Welcome back to Sean's show, episode 64. It's so good to be here with you. I hope you're having an excellent week in the world. The world, as you know, is where you live, and it's a beautiful place.
Epic week.
It's an epic, epic. It's great to be here in the beautiful city of New York, the best city I think in New York State, at least, maybe even the whole northern East Coast. That's a debatable. I like Boston. I like Philly. There's a lot of good cities other than New York.
What do people think when they are ranking cities? I guess size is a factor.
I mean, size is, big is big. What do they say?
Bigger the better.
The size matters.
Yeah.
So that's obviously a factor. Crime. I always say the more crime, the better.
That's not good for me.
And that's why I'm not a fan of New York anymore.
How do you like New York since you moved? It's been a little bit where you kind of get the lay of the land.
I've been getting settled. Settled. It's not good when a guy like me says I'm getting settled. I'm settling around.
Why?
Because of, the way I look.
You're getting I don't understand. You're getting settled?
I'm getting settled. I'm settling.
You're like nesting?
I'm displacing people.
Oh, right. Okay.
I'm settling.
Right. Okay. You're colonizing New York.
I wouldn't use that word. I wouldn't use the C word. I'm settling. It's different. It's a lighter term. Settling is fun. Settling is like we're settling. We're just relaxing.
Brooklyn done been settled though.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not. You're late to the settling party.
You're settling Ebonics right now by saying Brooklyn done had.
Brooklyn
done been settled.
Yeah.
Speaking of settlers, isn't Ronald McDonald's a settler?
I don't know.
McDonald's settles all over the world.
He's not a Native American with a name like
Ronald McDonald.
No.
Ronald McDonald it sounds like a plantation owner.
Yeah.
My name is Ronald McDonald.
Yeah.
The McDonald's plantation. Sounds like a fucking...
It's Southern. It's Southern coded McDonald.
And he owns... McDonald's is like slave. They own slaves. But that's not even the worst part. Breaking news. We need a soundboard.
E. coli.
Your favorite restaurant. If you're a listener to Sean's show, your favorite restaurant is McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
That is an undisputable fact. I know that most of the people that listen to this, 99% of the people that listen to this, Mitch, that's 9 people out of our 10 listeners.
Yeah,
are eating McDonald's right now. And there's big news. There was an E. coli breakout in some subset of the McDonald's in the United States. And this is, I think, probably the worst news that you can get as a patriotic American, is that McDonald's has an E. coli breakout. Is like, this is like a Pearl Harbor level.
One person died. That seems a little bit like he probably would. There's probably one person that dies from McDonald's related issues in the United States every day.
Yeah. I mean, like anyone who has a heart attack, high cholesterol is they feed I think they feed millions a day.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive that up to this point that there's a news flash that one person has died from from some bacteria.
This is actually, you're right. This is actually good news.
It's pretty impressive.
This is actually a downtick from their average rate. I mean, their food sucks. The food sucks.
No, it's absolute shit.
The food is trash.
What's the most McDonald's you've ate in like a sitting?
Like the quantity?
Yeah. I have an insane number.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it.
Well, like when I was living in Providence, Rhode Island, I think I had like 10 of those sausage
with the breakfast
sandwiches.
Yeah?
Yeah, I had 10 of them in one.
10 sandwiches?
10 sandwiches.
So patty bread?
Yeah.
Cheese?
Cheese, yeah.
Bread, cheese, patty,
just
bread.
Cheese, bread.
Bread, cheese, patty, bread.
Yeah, the cheapest sandwich, but I got 10 of them.
I feel like
I'm surprised I didn't fall. It says fall ill. That's also in the number of the thing. 49 people in 10 states fell ill. I fell ill from. If you just eat enough of it, you fall ill.
Yeah. I mean, it's you know, that obviously, you know, when you hear stories like this about McDonald's, everyone is reminded of Super Size Me.
Yeah.
Which is a story about a guy who tried to eat McDonald's. Were you trying to do a Super Size Me?
No.
You were trying to do a Super Size Me in one sitting.
I was just doing, I guess, yeah.
You were trying to do a month of McDonald's in
I don't
one.
know. I thought I was saving money. Just, I was really poor, and I don't know, retard.
They're not that
finance.
small. They're not that, or no, they're not that big. Like, I feel like I could eat 10 of those and
Yeah.
You know, they're pretty, I don't know. I say that now that I'm like, you get 5 in. Let's walk the people through your thought process on the 7th breakfast sandwich.
Well, you know,
how did you?
I think you go in first. You buy all the sandwiches, and then you have to reckon with it later. You know?
Oh, like you took them home.
You're not gonna save 3 breakfast sausage sandwiches for dinner. You're not gonna put them in the fridge.
Yeah, especially from McDonald's.
Yeah,
that's how the E. coli outbreak started.
Yeah,
If you know, people don't know this about McDonald's. If you buy McDonald's and you put anything in the leftovers and eat it for lunch, like you have a breakfast and you eat the sausages for lunch, that's how COVID started. That's how the coronavirus started. People say it was bats. People say it was a Chinese lab. It was not.
It was old breakfast sausages.
It was an old breakfast sausage in a Bay Area neighborhood.
Get this, McDonald's serves 6.48 million burgers per day.
It's not enough.
75 burgers every second.
What?
75.
And you had 10,
crazy.
and you only had 10.
Yeah.
You had a fraction of the second of the rate of meals produced per second. That's crazy.
Yeah. Pretty insane.
So let's get into the article. So McDonald's,
that's just the United States, 50 million burgers per day in the world.
US. Oh no, 50 million?
50 million
per day in the world.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So yeah.
That's a lot of fucking meat.
It's a lot.
Honestly, the fact that there's an E. coli outbreak in some parts of the US, this is like a non-story.
That's what I'm trying to say.
You know, I actually remember seeing someone's take on this where they're like, this is a hit piece because Trump went to McDonald's.
I was going to ask you if there was is this before or after Trump went to McDonald's?
This is after.
Oh,
I believe it's after. Maybe simultaneously. We don't know. But the reporting of it is after.
So Kamala snuck into a McDonald's in the middle of the night?
I don't know. I think, you know, I wonder if there's a connection. Like, what if Trump started the E. coli outbreak? How crazy would that be? Well, he was on the fries.
He tracked it on his shoes or something?
No, he wiped his ass. I would love it if Trump started this outbreak. That would be incredible. Wouldn't it be crazy?
But yeah, I don't think he was in. I don't think he's going to go to. He probably didn't go to McDonald's in Colorado.
No, it was in multiple states though. But
he traveled to multiple McDonald's.
No, the E. coli outbreak was in like a bunch of different states, not just Colorado. So, but let's dive into the article. I want to I had an excerpt. Let's just give the audience some context.
Yeah, McDonald's said a subset of illnesses may be linked to slivered onions, whatever that is, used in the quarter pounder. What are slivered onions? Just the chopped?
It's actually the little granules of meth that the fry cooks put. They fall off the beard.
Methylated onions?
It's methylated onions.
Those onions appeared to have been sourced by a single supplier that serves 3 distribution centers, the company said.
Okay.
Local restaurants have been instructed to remove the onions, and distribution of slivered onions in the affected area has been paused. The company is temporarily pulling the quarter pounder from restaurants in Colorado, Kansas, Utah, and Wyoming.
Colorado, Kansas, Utah, Wyoming.
Yeah.
I was just in Utah, dude.
Really?
This is like me saying like I was in the towers.
Salt Lake City?
Yeah, Salt Lake City.
How was it?
It's dope.
Did you get McDonald's?
No, I didn't. That's what I'm saying. Is like I was in Tower 7. But I was late for work. That's like I dodged a bullet. Because you know what's open at night after I do a show? Fucking McDonald's.
One store.
I literally by the skin of my teeth dodged an E. coli outbreak.
Is it one person dying? Isn't there some stat where it's like 0.007 9/11s? Something about that.
People do measure death in 9/11s now.
Yeah.
Like October 7th. The Israel thing, they were like, oh, that's 2 9/11s. Or this is like, how many people died? I forget. 7,000? Like it's
I think it was like
2/11.
6 million.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It actually wasn't, Mitch. If you go and you look at history, no, it was over 6 million.
9/11.
It's
this McDonald's outburst.
I hate Holocaust deniers that are like, they do the math on like how many people could be gassed per hour. And they go, even at that rate, you wouldn't get something close to 6 million. And they don't understand the real history, which is that a lot of the people that were murdered were just shot. Like they were just killed. They were just shot.
So the gas chamber was sort of like a fun, like a...
Well, let's not say that. Let's not say it was fun,
like
Mitch.
like it was like a torture occasion for the Nazis?
It was, I mean, a lot of people died.
What percentage of the Jews died in the gas chambers? Do we know?
That's a good question. I think it was probably, I have no idea. Okay. But just because it's not 100% doesn't mean that the 6 million number is a lie.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's watch this McDonald's CEO. On that note, let's watch the McDonald's.
Apparently 75 burgers per second could be made.
Let's do the math. Okay, you want to talk about math? Let's do the math on the number of stores. Whatever. Yeah. Let's watch. So McDonald's, there was an E. coli outbreak, and you know, if there's one thing that we can trust, if there's one entity left in the world that we can put our trust in, it's the corporation McDonald's. So we're gonna watch a video of a representative of McDonald's, a good gentleman, and he's going to meet the moment, and he's going to confront it. And this is a video that I happened to have masturbated to yesterday because of how this is how you do PR. Let's watch. Let's watch.
Hi, I'm Joe Erlinger, president of McDonald's USA. I wanted to take a minute to provide you with an update that we're communicating broadly because food safety is so important to me and everyone at McDonald's.
You haven't had, pause it.
Today.
He's never had McDonald's. He's never eaten McDonald's. McDonald's president. He's had McDonald's twice. He's had McDonald's.
I mean, I don't know. You look at this guy, you can see you could see him like eating like a McChicken that they made for corporate. You know what I mean? And be like, this is good food. We make good food here.
This is,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
And then he takes one bite and then he puts it back on the table. This is good food.
He's good in front of a camera. He takes a bite of the McChicken, and then the director goes, "Cut! That's a wrap." And he goes, That's the kind of guy you want. Yeah, yes, he's a little bit overweight, but this is not a guy. I know these types. This is a guy that's overweight from eating good. He's eating at Michelin star restaurants. He's president of McDonald's USA.
He has to go other places for inspiration from McDonald's. How else is he going to know?
How else is he going to know to make a watered down version of good food at McDonald's? This is a guy who lives in the UAE. Probably. This is a guy that lives in Saudi Arabia.
He doesn't have Saudi sort of, you could see him in that hat.
The hat?
Yeah.
The red hat?
Yeah, you can see him in the red hat.
Look, it's you know, I just want to take a moment to appreciate the backdrop. We have two vases of varying sizes.
If you imagine the video without the vases, though, it's like it's much worse. Like they do a lot of heavy lifting. Those vases,
I know.
Without the vases, it's like what? Where is this guy? This was this alien talking to me.
I don't. Yeah, it feels AI. This guy feels AI. I like his hand movements. The title of the video is always putting food safety first. Now, that's not true. That's not true. McDonald's doesn't put food safety first. If you've watched The Founder, they made milkshakes from for powder. They made powdered milkshakes for a while. Did you watch The Founder? Great movie starring Ryan from The Office and some other guy. But this is not a company that cares about food safety. Their burgers are made of pesticides. I don't even know what's in a McDonald's burger. I don't want to know. I think if you told people what's in a McDonald's hamburger, I think people would vomit. And honestly, the vomit would be healthier than the McDonald's cheeseburger. Reproduced vomit. Eating that is safer than eating a quarter pounder. The slivered onions killed a man. Could you imagine being that man? The slivered onions killed a man. They killed him. They say he had pre-existing conditions. But that's because the insurance companies want to fuck him. And this guy wants to fuck you. And let's keep watching.
After close consultation with regulatory authorities, including the CDC, USDA, and FDA, we've taken steps to proactively remove slivered onions, which are used in quarter pounders, from restaurants in select states. We also made the decision to temporarily remove the quarter pounder from restaurants in select states.
Oh, no. It just cut back to me. I blow my brains out. Could you do it again? I want to do a thing where we cut to like the January 6th footage.
Remove the quarter pounder from restaurants in select.
Go back a little more.
Temporarily remove the quarter pounder from restaurants in select states. We also made the decision to temporarily remove the quarter pounder from restaurants in select states.
No.
I was gonna think of a song. Da la la la, the Star Wars theme. Da 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 da. No, what's it? Fuck. Da 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 da. Ha ha la 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 la. The choirs, or maybe the Godfather theme. La 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 la.
You come to me on my grandbaby's anniversary wedding dinner, baby shower, and you're telling me I can't get a quarter pounder with cheese.
I come to McDonald's for a quarter pounder with slivered onions. The day of my daughter's wedding, you come to me.
On the day that I get my Ozempic medication prescription filled.
You come to me on January 6th, the day I get my Ozempic. And you tell me I can't get a fucking quarter pounder?
No.
I can't get a fucking quarter. What's the fucking E. coli? E. coli is fucking bullshit. One guy died. Look, I killed 5 today. Yeah. One fucking, and it wasn't no fucking E. coli. I put a bullet in their fucking heads. And you're next unless you get me a quarter pounder.
It is pretty impressive that the onions, like after all these years, 75 fucking things a second in the United States, and this is the first time we're hearing something. That is insane, man. And it's not like the beef. It's not the weird bun, the alien buns. It's not the cheese,
fake meat, the Beyond Burger.
None of that. It's the like literally just like there was some mold on the onions. Sorry, killed a guy. Like, I'm surprised this doesn't happen every day. Just the scale of how many McDonald's there are.
The
thing is, it probably does.
Right.
That's right. They just were never able to make the connection.
I mean, there are most certainly cases of foodborne illness. I think everyone has been sick. Everyone has eaten fast food, and then gotten sick and being like, I think that Chipotle fucked me up.
Right. Yeah.
And no one reports it.
Yeah.
So it must have been the death,
right,
that really pushed this story out. Now the question is whether it was connected to Trump's visit to McDonald's. Like, I could see some sort of behind the scenes thing happening where, you know, Trump goes to McDonald's.
Yeah.
And I know that this is probably not true. Yeah. Trump goes to McDonald's, right? And some liberal elite billionaire wants to punish McDonald's for allowing Trump to get a political boost and get a good story off of McDonald's.
I'm just imagining there's a guy just a really fat guy that's in the McDonald's drive-thru. He gets his order, pulls to the side, starts eating, and then he gets shot in the head. And then they sprinkle E. coli on the guy. They're like, oh my God, McDonald's.
The NYPD, what was it called? The Colorado, the Denver Police Department.
They hire the Venezuelan gang. Sprinkle E. coli back.
Really, it's the CIA hired a Venezuelan, the Haitian immigrants.
Yeah.
The Haitian migrants were paid
off
by the CIA to blow this guy's brains out.
Yeah.
Who was eating a Trump
with a
McDonald's
blow
hamburger
dart or something.
Yeah, the blow dart, the E.
With
coli blow dart.
yeah.
So let's keep watching.
The decision to do this is not one we take lightly.
Can you pause it? I just love how he's like, he thinks this is like a devastating blow. It's like it's literally, it's like I'm coming out, like your mom's in the hospital. I'm the doctor. I'm like, Mitch, she didn't make it. We did everything we could. And you were a hero to her. And the quarter pounder will be back soon. And look at me, Mitch. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I promise you that this is not the end.
There are some people that value their access to quarter pounders over their mom's life.
Oh, and democracy.
There is a segment of the American population.
And it's called the state of Utah.
Oh, that's a fat fucks in Utah?
No, Utah actually has a lot of fit Mormons.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Fit tech Mormons.
I saw that YouTube video about Colorado being anorexic. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, no, I didn't. That's kind of cool.
It's like the most anorexic state.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's odd. That's odd to me. Well, because they're hiking all the time. They always hike.
They're always hiking.
I don't like a hike. I like a hike every twice a year.
Yeah.
These people that hike every weekend.
Yeah.
You know, I have a good buddy in college. He got obsessed with rock climbing. And it's like it's just, that's a sport that is just so like alien to me.
White people shit.
It is. It'd be white people shit.
I don't trust those ropes, man.
I don't trust.
Why would you put yourself in that situation?
I mean, if
up on a big, like, you're gonna trust little hooks and shit? No.
Yeah, I mean,
hell no.
You know, hey ladies, red flag. If he says carabiner on a first date, red flag. Hey ladies, if he says he puts that, I'll put that carabiner in your pussy. That's a red flag. What is a carabiner?
That's a separate issue you're dealing with.
That's gross.
That just man doesn't have good taste in dildos or whatever.
Sex toys.
Yeah.
The carabiner is the one that pushes it into the slot that secures it, right?
Probably.
And then they go, oh, it's rated. And then my buddy that rock climbs, he got injured. He almost broke his neck.
Really?
And he still rock climbs. And it's like, this is
don't tell me that, because I've convinced myself that it's an irrational fear that all those people are probably fine.
No,
and I'm just crazy because I don't want to rock climb. But
it's like getting into a plane. You think that it's really unsafe, and it actually is safe. Like, you know, you get all nervous when you're going on a flight, but you statistically going into a car, you're gonna whatever.
We could check that at some point if rock climbing is statistically safe or not.
What's safer, going into a McDonald's and getting what's the higher odds, getting a Coli at McDonald's or rock climbing safely?
I mean,
or dangerous. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. It seems like that's my point with this. Like, one guy, like, finally we get the first news story about fucking one guy that's died. It's statistically so safe to eat McDonald's. It's more people. There's probably, like, imagine the statistics on people that have died from eating a grocery store steak.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like organic steak.
There's just no like single company to really point to.
Yeah,
and they're just not expected also to like some bacteria is on your steak.
I know.
It's just a liability you run into when you eat food.
Yeah, I take vitamin C every day, and I drink water, and that's honestly, if you do those things, you can get wasted all the time and not sleep at all and not exercise, and your immune system will be relatively. I'm like Andrew Huberman right now. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm like, if you take vitamin C every day,
you're totally fine.
You could sleep 2 hours a day, get hammered every day from sunrise to sunset. But if you take vitamin C and you subscribe to the Sean Show Patreon, you're going to be safe.
That's my problem with the Huberman shit. It's not just like, yeah, just take some vitamin C, you'll be fine. It's like, you got to wake up and then wait 20 minutes to do caffeine.
Right.
It's just like I'm not going to do all this fucking shit. You know what I mean? By the time I've done all my health nonsense, I'll be like, that's your whole day.
No, I know.
I know I'm just justifying laziness, but that's something that frustrates me about it. It's like this whole fucking, like, if Andrew Huberman wasn't like a lifestyle evangelist, he wouldn't be doing all this shit. Those are the only people that have access to doing like these intense health regimen shit. And I guess maybe rich people that don't have to work.
Yeah.
Those are the only people. I don't know. I don't like none of my friends are waiting 20 minutes to drink caffeine and making sure to get sunlight and shit. Like nobody has time for that.
Yeah. Sounds like you need to change your circle, Mitch.
I guess.
Sounds like you need to hang out with me and Andrew.
You, the vitamin C.
I'm a vitamin C guy.
I'm sort of vitamin C premium podcast Patreon sort of guy.
Look, every day I get my vitamin C. I get my Patreon episodes with my bonus content. And I'm fine. No, honestly, dude, as you were hating on him, I flipped my opinion.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I forgot Andrew Huberman has 9 bitches.
That's true.
He has 9 bitches. 9 supplements he takes every morning.
The 9 bitch lifestyle. That's my.
He did 9/11 with George Bush.
Wow.
You know, it's look. I think what Andrew Huberman is selling is a flavor of autism. It's a flavor of you have defense contracting autists, you have stock trading autistics, you have Minecraft video game autistics, and you have health nut autism. Health nut autism is actually a mental disorder in the DSM-5.
Really?
I'm lobbying for that.
Microgreens?
It's called microgreniosis.
But John, I'm growing my microgreens. You want to see my microgreens, Sean?
That sounds like something P. Diddy would say.
I know a dude who grows his own microgreens.
So what is a microgreen?
Lettuce?
It's
literally small greens, little plants, and you clip them and you eat them. Like, you ever seen like little plants? Like under
You're talking about weed?
No. Like you're growing like little chard, and you it's a small plant, and you're eating a small version of the plant.
You're talking about cilantro? Your friend grows
basically
eats cilantro raw.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, he's the most healthy person that is in my circle.
See, like I think that like being overly concerned with your health is wrong-headed. It's stupid. It's like you said. It's like. You spend your whole day worrying about your health. You haven't lived life.
Yeah.
Like just I don't know. Like
one day we'll get there though. We have $1 million in the bank. We'll be growing our microgreens.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean,
at 40.
Oh yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna die soon.
Yeah, I feel like it's the imminent threat of death that makes people try to escape it. But dude,
makes it worse.
When I get bald, if I start going bald, I'm just gonna shave it off. I'm not gonna deny death or aging. If I start going bald, if I get a rare form of kidney cancer, I'm not going to get chemotherapy.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a juice cleanse. You know?
I want to get one of the weird bald guy haircuts. Like, you know, like Kubrick or something, where you got this long hair, but it's bald also.
Like on the side. Like it's
I feel like
a side.
that kicks ass, where you're like bald, but it's long. You know what I mean?
Oh,
just like the biggest fuck you haircut on the planet.
I think those styles are disgusting, but
I know, me too.
If
you can pull it off, like you're a man.
But no one can pull it off. But the choice of doing it is pulling it off.
Yeah.
Like if I did that, like I think my girlfriend might leave me if I had hair like that.
Really?
She's really into like my physical look. I think she's just dating me for my looks.
Is she a Latino?
I'm not going to give away her race to the public.
Oh, Jewish.
Why did you say Jamaican? Because she's not Jamaican.
She's black. No. I did not see that in the cards, Sean.
You know what? I'm a kind of guy. I like. I know. I'm not going to reveal it.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
But you know, it's like I'm like a lot of, you know, I don't like it's.
Are people going to look up like Indian girl in Bushwick on the internet? Okay, I won't push it. You don't want to.
We got to get him off the scent. That's a good thing, Mitch. Good job, Mitch.
Okay,
I paid you to say Indian girl in Bushwick. Anyway. Now if she sees this, she's gonna be like, so who's that Indian girl in Bushwick Mitch was talking about? So let's finish off this McDonald's video.
It was made in close consultation.
I'm in a monogamous relationship with a beautiful woman who I love, and I've never cheated on her.
Ethiopian.
With the CDC. It's important to note that the majority of states and the majority of menu items are not affected. Other beef products at McDonald's, including the cheeseburger, hamburger, Big Mac, McDouble, and the double cheeseburger, are not impacted.
Thank God.
It's also funny that they're only banning one item, and then there's like, we're going to take a time to list every other item that's available at McDonald's.
I know. That's exact. What if I want slivered onions on a cheeseburger? They're going to give it to me. You know that the people at McDonald's are not going to like give a fuck. Like I want to go to a McDonald's in Colorado and demand slivered onions.
I don't know, dude. I feel like they called in like the National Guard to McDonald's locations to throw out onions.
There's probably a cop at every McDonald's with the AR-15.
Yeah, just making sure the onions are thrown in the trash.
If you say the word slivered onions, they just fucking shoot you. They blow your brains out.
Guarding the trash cans, make sure people don't get the slivered onions.
Because you know that, I mean, what's going to happen is you're going to have McDonald's people buying their own onions and putting them on the burgers. That's what this is going to cause. So, all right, we'll finish out the video. Then
This is a temporary change as the investigation continues, and we are working quickly to return our full menu in these states as soon as possible.
They only banned one item.
They banned an ingredient. Okay. Not even a full item.
Yeah.
That's the real question. Why is it not that they are continuing to offer the quarter pounder? McDonald's should hire me. Why are they not continuing to offer the quarter pounder and just say you can't order onions?
I'm sorry, the onions are not going to be slivered. They're just going to be more like U-shaped now. Yeah, just put different onions on the burger, man.
It's just we reshaped. If we cut the onions in a new shape, the E. coli disappears. So here's a question. Is it just slivered onions? Or are they hiding the fact that the E. coli exists in the meat?
But the quarter pounder meat is going to be the same as the other meat. You know what I mean?
See, why? So maybe
it is weird that they're banning the quarter pounder. Just ban the onions.
Just ban onions. Why are you banning?
Or get new onions and then use those onions.
Yeah, why not have a second source, which is what they call in the aerospace industry when the first source fails. You have a backup source. How does a global monopoly like McDonald's not have a backup onion distributor? I'll distribute the onions. I don't give a fuck.
Well, they got other onions. They got other shit with onions on it.
So so which is it, McDonald's? Is it that the onions have E. coli?
Or is just the double quarter pounder cursed?
Or is it the quarter pounder that something's wrong with it that you're not telling us?
It's weird. Suspicious.
I hope these steps demonstrate McDonald's commitment to food safety. I also want to thank the teams working tirelessly to support this investigation. We will continue to update you on the actions we're taking. At McDonald's, you can count on us to do the right thing.
By throwing out the onions. Just like, it's not that crazy, dude. We are taking every step to throw out the onions into the trash. One step.
We are so, here at McDonald's, we are so sorry. We are so sorry that we allowed the onions to be infected with E. coli. We are so sorry. We at McDonald's, we put food safety first. Here at McDonald's, if there's one thing we care about, it's you. We care about you. And that's why we're so excited that the McRib is back.
He's like, frankly, I'm sorry, it's my fault. I was playing around in the slivered onions like a big ball pit. We got a big Scrooge McDuck room, but instead of coins, it's onions. And I'm sorry, man. I didn't shower before I went in the Scrooge McDuck onion room.
I took a shit before I jumped into the slivered onion factory.
Yeah.
And as the president of McDonald's USA, I like to swim around in the ingredients. I like to swim around,
and I'm not going to stop.
And what I did was wrong.
Yeah.
What I did was irresponsible. And in the future, moving forward, I will make sure that I am sanitized before I take a dive in the slivered onion bucket, the vat of onion that it ends up in your mouth. Here at McDonald's USA, as the president, I want you to feel my body in your mouth. And I want you to know that my penis has touched some of the onions that are in your mouth now.
He looks like he doesn't really touch his penis very often.
This is either a man who lets his wife hit him, or a man that has such a violent side to him that we will never know.
He's so hard to read, man. He's really bottled up.
Well, you don't get to become president of McDonald's USA by being empathetic.
Yeah, I guess a loose cannon. They don't hire a loose cannon.
The McDonald's USA president is a man that will look into a camera and say, "We are doing what's right."
Yeah.
And right after this, he literally flew to Saudi Arabia to like make a journalist fuck his dick with the journalist's mouth.
The worst possible thing you could do.
He said, "We at McDonald's are committed to doing the right thing, and we hope that these steps showcase." You know, I love executives because they'll always be like this. They'll be like, "We fucked up, but this is actually an opportunity for us." They go, "Our onions killed a man because of the E. coli, and our standards are low, and we cut costs, and we allowed this to happen. But we circle back and we talked about it internally, and this man's death, this E. coli outbreak in our food, it's actually a wonderful opportunity for us to grow together. It's actually a good thing." This man, this father, probably a father of 5. I'm going to say he's a father of 5 because it's better for the joke. This man died.
Do you want me to see if I can find a picture of the guy who died?
Yeah, let's try to find.
I want to see how fat this guy was. You know what I mean? Because he's fat. It's just how fat is the guy.
It's Andrew. His name is Andrew Huberman.
Huberman? That would be crazy. Andrew
Huberman died.
Huberman is the one who dies from an E. coli outbreak at McDonald's.
This health nut. The one time he goes to McDonald's, he like gets E. coli
because his body is just running so clean. Just any introduction of a foreign.
I know, it's like it's those people that are like it's like a hypochondria. That's what that is. It's a mentally ill form of hypochondria. You're afraid of being in the world.
I think he's probably right. I just need to justify why I'm not doing all the right shit. You feel me?
Yeah, but we're here for a good time, not a long time.
I guess whatever.
That's what my buddy said, who had divorced parents.
Yeah.
and OD on a rare psychedelic.
Also, it's just like
substance.
The amount of time we're here is the amount of time we're here. It's not long or short. It's just the amount of time.
Yeah.
But justifying doing bad shit because life is short. It's like life is the amount of time it is. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
You're putting a label on something that just is what it is.
Spoken like a true philosopher, Mitch.
Yeah, thanks, dude. Do you understand what I'm saying though? Like
I do.
You're justifying. You're saying life is short. It's just like based on what? Life is usually the amount of time that it is.
Yeah,
it's 80 years or whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah,
life isn't necessarily short.
It's not even a length. Life is not even a time length.
Yeah, you get what you get, brother. That's all I'm saying.
Don't let go. You got the music in you. You only get what you give.
That's what I'm saying.
What if this guy was like, here at McDonald's, we are dedicated to food safety, and we hope that this event is an opportunity for us to show that we care. Don't let go. You got the dreamer's disease. Thank you guys so much. And then like we throw sparkles and flowers at him, and he's like, "Thank you guys. I'm the president of McDonald's USA. Good night." Did you find the guy?
I was just thinking, yeah, you can't have a colorful character who's doing the food like responding to a death of a public.
I wish it was wrong.
They couldn't have like a fun gay guy being like, "Listen, we are so sorry."
It's giving apology. This apology is giving real.
The onions are giving slivered.
So the slivered onions, y'all, it's like a TikTok ad. Y'all know I love slivered onions. Y'all know that. Y'all know this about me. And the slivered onions at McDonald's are fucking up. Did you find? It's all right. We can move on. I can't even
find the guy's fucking name. They're really.
It may not be publicly released, honestly.
Yeah. Anyways,
that's fine. We got much more news to cover. So just so you know, be careful if you are a McDonald's customer in the affected states. Be careful out there.
Quarter pounder still legal in New York, though.
Legalize the quarter pounder. Honestly,
decriminalize the quarter pounder.
Decriminalize slivered onions is what we should be doing. Decriminalize E. coli. I feel like not only should fentanyl be illegal, I think people should be able to create an E. coli culture and release it into wherever they want to.
Right.
Okay, what's next on our list of stories, Mitch?
We got Abercrombie CEO.
Oh, we have to do this story.
Ex-Abercrombie CEO Jeffries is charged with sex trafficking.
So it seems like
why is everyone? Yeah,
it seems like every week a new guy gets charged with criminal international sex slavery. How is it every week there's a new guy that gets indicted for criminal international sex trafficking? How did they not get this guy earlier?
This time it's guys though.
Right.
I was just reading a little bit. Yeah.
You know, and this is not even as big a story as it should be. The guy's 80 years old. It's just like when the Nazis were tried at The Hague. It's like they already did all this shit. And now it's bad that it's done. So let me get this straight. Why did we wait to try the Nazis until the war was over? What? Oh, because we didn't have jurisdiction?
Yeah, you make a good point. Like, why are all the sex stuff coming out all at the same time?
I mean,
like all of a sudden it's wrong to lure people into sexual coercion.
And you know it could be, and this story is actually a little bit connected to Epstein, believe it or not.
Really?
And I'm not here to peddle conspiracy theories. This is a comedy show. He may have had his own independent sex trafficking ring. It may have not been connected to Epstein. But Abercrombie and Fitch, the guy, Jeffries, I don't know his first name.
Epstein.
There's the connection. So
Mike
Jeffries.
Big Mike.
Is his name Mike Jeffries?
Mike Jeffries, yes.
So he was the ex-CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch. Yeah. And I believe he was also an advisor to Les Wexner, who was also a sex guy that involved in
what's his who were we talking about?
Les Wexner was the CEO of Victoria's Secret, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Could you look up Les Wexner just to make sure? I don't know if somehow they were involved with each other. Les Wexner,
Bath and Body.
Bath and Body Works.
Yeah, he retained Jeffrey Epstein as his financial manager.
Right. So
he was the main client of Jeffrey Epstein's money management firm, according to Bloomberg.
So Jeffrey Epstein managed money for Les Wexner.
Yeah.
And I believe that Jeffrey Epstein was if you go to that original article, was also connected to the Abercrombie and Fitch guy, if I'm not mistaken.
Brad Edwards, a lawyer for Bradbury, who also represents victims of Jeffrey Epstein, said the criminal charges brought his clients. No, I don't think there's a connection with Epstein here. I think they have a similar lawyer.
Gotcha.
Prosecuting lawyer.
So in any case, and this is why you listen to Sean's show. Whenever people get charged with a crime, I read the full indictment. I am not like other podcasts where I read tweets and I read articles. I do read the tweets and I read the articles, but I also read the full indictment. And in this case, the full indictment is pretty sick. I don't know if it's P. Diddy sick with the freak offs. You know what I've noticed about these guys? They all have names for the sex parties.
What's this guy's name?
Tryouts.
Tryouts?
I kind of like the names. The freak offs, tryouts.
You know what, dude?
It's kind of catchy.
Did you ever go into an Abercrombie as a kid and they had like
the cologne?
They had like the mannequin, and it was a really ripped dude with like the cum gutter, like the fuck gutters, and like the jeans right before. I mean,
they're basically naked, like you can see the top of the shaft.
I'm like, and I was like a fat kid, and I'm like, I'm never gonna be that hot. Not even if I draw aces on every card. It's never gonna happen.
And then you started listening to Huberman, and now you have a six-pack.
Well, now I'm saying like I'm kind of glad that I was never
involved.
I was never hot enough to be an Abercrombie model. Dude. You know what I mean? Because then I would have been having gay sex.
Yes, that's right. Commercial gay sex.
Right.
And you know, I honestly think with these guys that get charged with these international sex trafficking rings, we need to make the punishments poetic. And so my idea to punish this guy, the ex-CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch, this guy was charged with a sex trafficking operation, and his punishment should be that he gets locked in one of his own stores. And then we pump cologne into the store until he suffocates. Yeah. That should be his punishment.
Did you like the cologne growing up?
Fuck no. I would walk by those stores and I would go,
yeah. I just wanted to be a fucking rad surfer with abs, you know, as a fat. Were you a fat kid?
No, I was not.
Oh, okay.
I honestly, like, I'm getting a little fat now. Getting a little bit of a what's it called? Muffin
stomach.
Top. Oh. But no, I was not what was the experience seeing? Because you know how women always talk about unattainable beauty standards? What was your experience looking at these Abercrombie and Fitch models? And well, did it make you feel bad, or were you not didn't care?
I don't know. I don't know how I feel. How do you feel about beauty standards? To me, it's just like models are supposed to be the hottest thing. They're supposed to look the best.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like a aspirational thing. Like models are not typically, you know, aerospace engineers.
Right.
They're not usually the best at math.
You're trying to make me cry?
You know what I mean? They're supposed to just be hot. They're the hottest people. If they happen to be great at math, you know,
that doesn't matter.
Say la vie.
Probably don't mention that.
but they're supposed to be the hottest people. You know what I mean? It doesn't. Everything else doesn't really matter.
I think.
So I think that's how I feel about it. It's an aspiration. Like I always looked at those hot guys with the hot abs, and I was so turned on as a kid. And I was like, those are the hottest guys. It'd be nice to look like that. I might never look like that, but that's sort of like a, you know, Apollo's chariot, you know?
Right. It makes you feel almost good to know that
almost horny.
Now looking back, now that this man has been charged, and that those mannequins that you looked at were based on men who were anally raped. Looking back now, how does your opinion about beauty standards change? This is an essay prompt. This is a junior year AP Lit.
I don't think it does, because if I was gay, I might want to have anal sex with the hottest guys.
Do you feel bad for them?
I don't know, because I'm not gay.
The men were anally raped. You don't feel
well, I don't know.
They were raped.
I'm not into that type of shit, so I just don't know.
So you're not going to... Let me get this straight for the people.
Not my prerogative.
The men in this trafficking ring were flown in, drugged and raped, and you're saying no comment.
I don't know nothing about that gay shit, dude. That's not...
Wow. All right.
Gay shit? I don't know about that.
So when you think about, you know, this guy, he used, this is a story as old as time. Harvey Weinstein, P. Diddy, this new guy, the Abercrombie and Fitch CEO, Bill Clinton, Stephen Hawking. These are men.
Bill Clinton was just cheating on his wife. He wasn't like, Monica, if you suck my penis, you're going to be the president of the United States. It wasn't I don't even know how to do a Bill Clinton impression.
Monica? No, I don't either.
But he wasn't offering her
Was he on
the
flight logs, though? I think he was on the Epstein flight log.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Anyway, that was an aside. But the point...
I thought you were talking about the Monica Lewinsky.
Oh, no. That I agree was just cheating. Okay. But the point is, she's awesome. I mean, like, you literally, like, can't say no to sucking the president's
Hillary
cock.
Clinton, yes. She's awesome.
It just believes everything I said, and then it just cuts to... The whole episode should just be like that one chunk you just said. Hillary Clinton, she's awesome. Cut! No.
That might be a new strategy for the clips. You just do like, Hillary Clinton is awesome, and we love her.
We do love her.
Bill Clinton? His wife, though?
Boing, I'm every woman, it's all in me.
Sean Show.
So, but anyway, I want to bring it back to beauty standards.
Yeah.
I watched Barbie yesterday for the first time, and I learned, you know, I've been learning a lot about the female mind and the experience of being a woman. I'm not even being ironic. Like, I know a lot more
White girlfriend.
about being a woman.
White. She's white.
Okay. I won't indicate her race. So the
Sorry.
no, you're fine.
Beauty standards.
Beauty standards and women's power. This is just my opinion, or this is me learning. Mitch, I'm listening and I'm learning. Okay. I understand, I have a lot to learn. I'm what's it called?
Retarded.
I'm preempting what I'm going to say so that if someone comes at me and criticizes me for what I'm about to say, I can go back and say, well, I told you I'm learning.
Right.
Women.
There's a lot of stigma against being a public learner.
There is.
But it's a good way to learn.
I learn publicly for
so
profit.
What? Sean is me and Sean, we're public learners. We're trying to figure it out just like the rest of y'all. You know what I mean?
Look, I try to learn about the female experience in public for everyone to listen to because it's important.
Yeah, so what are you learning?
So I learned that women derive their power in society from their beauty, their physical beauty. So let's say you're a woman who wants power in society. You need to be hot to be powerful. And the tragic thing is that when a woman so the pressure that we all want prosperity. We all want to be rich. We all want to be comfortable. We all want to have good careers. We all want these things. I don't know. Maybe some people don't. A lot of listeners probably don't. A lot of our listeners are not really like aspirational people.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I don't know who listens to the show. That could be. Could be fucking Warren Buffett.
It's is he dead? He probably is a listener. He's listening from beyond the grave. A lot of our listeners are either CEOs or homeless. I really believe that. Okay. I don't think there's anyone in the middle of the bell curve. I think you either are like, because like people at the top 1% of society understand what we're trying to do here, and the people at the very bottom.
I'm getting sick of that meme. The really smart guy and the really stupid guy having the same opinion.
Yeah.
I'm getting really tired of that one.
Why?
Because it's so fucking stupid. It's just being like, we're smart. I'm retarded, but also smart. It's just like, for the vast majority of things, the smartest section of society and the stupidest section of society, they usually don't.
Oh, you think it's just not accurate?
I just feel like it's just annoying to me. It's like trying to say there's some like with the bell curve, the vast majority. It's like a hipster thing. It's like the vast majority of society, they don't know what's going on. It's us like cool, fucked up retards and geniuses that know what's going on.
Oh, it's like I'm like a punk rock. I'm like, and you know what the funny thing is? People that share those memes are in the middle of the bell curve.
I don't know.
I do, because I'm in the middle of the bell curve. And I like those memes, and I think I'm in the end.
It's not taking ownership of what you like and you don't like. It's like it's saying that the geniuses and the people who are the most stupid are agree with me. So you're not just saying that you're saying it's genius and it's stupid at the same time. So you're saying you can't criticize this opinion that I have of something,
right?
Because if you say I'm wrong, yeah, I am wrong. Or if you say, yeah, you're right, and you're like, yeah, I am right, because this is, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, it's like it's
a cope.
It's a dichotomy.
It's also just it's not taking ownership of what you think.
Did you like that facial expression I made? It's a dichotomy.
Sorry, I feel like I'm taking you off topic. You were talking about you're learning about women, just that you need to be most beautiful, the most powerful.
Yeah,
is there anything else there? I feel like I cut you off.
I mean, it's women need to be hot. Here's the real. I mean, look, I'm not a woke liberal guy, but I don't know. Maybe I'm being brainwashed by feminism, but like I really believe this. Men that want wealth and power can get it with their brains. I don't know. Maybe this shit is like super 101 basic, and I'm embarrassing myself by being like, this is an explosive realization. that I'm saying this now that I'm saying it sounds like super obvious, but I feel like a lot of men don't really think about this. If you want power and success as a man, you can go after it and you can get measured based on your intelligence and your work ethic. And for women, you know, a big part of getting opportunity in society is being physically beautiful.
Yeah, but I don't think it's.
Do you believe that?
I don't think it's as much of like a black and white thing. Like I think women, it is more important than it is for a guy in society to be beautiful. But also, if you're really smart as a woman, you're, especially nowadays, you're definitely, you know, can make it in society.
Can I say something fucked up?
It matters less in a relationship. Like guys don't really give a shit if a woman is successful.
Yeah.
And then vice versa in a relationship, women don't really care if a guy is like super hot. I mean, some women do. And also some guys do care if a woman is super successful. But I think, yeah, it's a bias for women. Like it's more important than it is for men to be physically attractive in the world.
Yeah. I mean, it's I've seen a lot of fat bitches at NASA.
Are you joking?
No, I'm not.
I don't scroll. You scroll through the
like
the About Us page
in my life, firsthand experiences.
Oh, okay.
I've seen a lot of really, really smart. I shouldn't have said bitches. Really, I've seen a lot of really. No, I'm not even joking. Like I've seen a lot of really, really smart fat women at NASA that are like really confident.
Where can you find who works at NASA? Did you just meet them?
I've been to NASA.
Yeah. You walked around, you saw all the cows tending the field at NASA.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
What's your point? What's your point?
I'm saying that. No, but even then, I'm trying to defend women. I was trying to do a segment.
This is feminism.
I was trying to defend women.
Feminism.
This is what happens when I try to defend women. I end up calling them fat bitches. I really didn't mean to say that. Fuck. Okay.
So I was watching Barbie and I'm just thinking, all these fat whores that are working at NASA.
I mean, I'll just fucking say it because I believe it. It's harder for women. It's harder for women. It's harder for women. I think it's substantially harder for women to succeed in a professional setting. I think it is.
I was thinking about this the other day. Life is kind of can be difficult for men because you sort of have to like figure something out and work hard. But I feel like life can be kind of shit for women sometimes. Because if you're not physically attractive, there's only a certain amount that you can change that about yourself.
Right. That's right. And it's like what else is a downside of being born a woman is that you're automatically banned from the Abercrombie sex parties. They only recruited men. And so that's sexism.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that
that's sexist.
They also had female models for Abercrombie. No, was it only?
I'm sure they had.
Looking back, was it only guys that were like walking around the store? I thought they had women too.
I think they. I mean, well, so they discontinued. So they had the shirtless male model. That was like their bread and butter. Is the shirtless male model?
I guess was it only guys? That would be crazy if it was like only. Yeah, I only remember like the abs dudes.
It was a huge corporation. I'm sure that they had a brand. I'm sure that
a lady sprinkled in there somewhere.
Somewhere.
But yeah, that was their iconic figure for Abercrombie. The dude with abs and the jeans.
8-pack jeans. So let's go to the story though, because this is a really, really devastating indictment.
Yeah, all American look. Jeffries was hired in 1992 by Leslie Wexler, founding of the company's former parent, Limited Brands.
Oh, it was L Brands.
Yeah, L Brands.
So L Brands owns Victoria's Secret.
Yeah,
so
owned Victoria's Secret. And yeah, I guess he had Jeffrey Epstein as his financier.
So there is a connection between Les Wexner,
yeah.
Epstein, and this new guy.
Yeah. That's the connection. Is that he was the owner of Abercrombie, or this dude who's getting indicted was hired by L Brands, which is Leslie's.
Right.
brand.
So I bet you Les Wexner hired this guy because he was down to do some fucked up sex shit. And he said, "Oh, you're one of the guys." I'm sure that was, and then I'm sure that perhaps Mike Jeffries took the culture that Les Wexner created with the sex trafficking and brought it into the fold of Abercrombie.
What if Leslie Wexner was just like, I recruit sort of energetic guys. You know what I mean? Like there's something about the guys I hire. They sort of got a good energy to them. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't understand what he likes about these guys. Like he's just a normal dude. And he's just like, when I hire a guy to run my companies or handle my finances, I just look for that glint in their eye.
You know, when I'm Les Wexner, and when I look for someone to hire, I look in their eyes and I can tell if they would inject Viagra into a man's penis and then have sex with him while he's unconscious. I can tell.
What I do in my job interviews, we do a bunch of cocaine and I check their pants afterwards, see if they still have a boner. We see who can do the most cocaine and still have a boner.
Basically, if you want to run one of my companies at L Brands, we basically start jacking off at the same time, and if you finish first, you get the job. You get hired.
What does his voice sound like, Les Wexner?
Les Wexner? Let's listen to some
Central
of it.
Ohio businessman Les Wexner mentioned again in the latest round of unsealed documents related to the investigation into Jeffrey Epstein.
All right, that's not his voice. Hold on.
That actually was him. He's actually really feminine.
The names of more than 150 people.
I've been like Les Wexner interview.
Yeah. Okay.
He's probably is he dead or he's in jail? I hope. See, the thing is, like,
if you hire, like, if I turned out to be like too horny for school, too cool for school, you might say. Would you get in trouble?
I would hope not.
What's going on in terms of what I was imagining? She just knew that my dad and I weren't getting along, and I didn't have a job.
That's kind of what I thought he would sound like. Now just pause it.
My Aunt said, "I've got $5,000," which was
now just imagine that guy be like, "I've got $5,000.
I've got $5,000.
I want you to open your mouth and I want you to close your eyes. I'm Les Wexner and I've got $5,000 and I want you to close your mouth and don't cry." Les Wexner, imagine him saying this to you. Don't cry. It's almost over. Don't cry.
In history and reading biography from a historical point of view and reading history to understand how people behaved. And one of the things that influenced the business was Emile Zola's book, A Lady's Paradise.
A Lady's Paradise.
And the notion of Victoria should be a lady's paradise. It's not.
Why is it always that these men who are involved in fashion, sometimes entertainment, anything, when men get involved in the activities of women, it raises an immediate red flag.
The activities of women.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like bras. Like, like I'm gonna hey Mitch, like what if I came in today?
Forgot.
I was like, hey Mitch, I'm actually starting a brassiere manufacturing company. What do you think?
I would say that's a good idea, Sean.
I just, Mitch, one thing that I do, like I like to podcast and I do stand up, but one thing I also do is I spend hours a day studying the brassiere market. And I've really interviewed a lot of women and studied what makes a bra comfortable for women. What is it like? What is the materials? Like I really drill deep into the perfect. We made my company. We made the perfect brassiere.
Full disclosure, Sean. In high school, I used to draw bras. It made me very horny.
I often think of bras in my spare time.
What do you mean? That's not a weird thing.
I think of
it's like the first guy idea.
But you know what?
Start a bra.
You know what is not the second guy idea? Is starting a bra company is not idea number 2, unless you're a sicko. And it's a sickness. But somehow like Abercrombie and Fitch. I almost kind of respect the Abercrombie and Fitch guy a little more because he did men's stuff. He did men's fashion.
Gay sex.
The rapes are just as horrific. But let's go to the indictment. I think I made a link to the indictment. There's some pretty sick shit, and we'll take a look at the indictment.
Pulling up the old justice.gov.
I go straight to the source, people.
Yeah.
I'm a college educated man. I don't fuck around. I got sources and I do my research. So thank you for listening to Sean's show, because that's how we do it here.
From approximately 2008 to 2015, the defendants Michael
Slow down. Okay, let's really hammer in that. From what were the years?
08 to 15.
So, and what year is it now? 2024.
Yes, 10 years ago.
It was almost 10 years, and now he's being indicted. Why now? Why not 2016? Huh?
I don't know. Maybe
it's
like the Me Too thing. Like people see the news story and they're like, "Oh yeah, I was raped too." You know what I mean,
I think it's a lot of people are just, or and this indictment will cover. They sign NDAs. Here's the crazy thing about NDAs. You can't. It's and this is what's so evil about these people that are in power that use their power for evil, is they go, "Hey, sign this NDA, and by the way, if you get raped, you can't talk about it, or else this NDA, I'm gonna make you." That's if you talk. I'm like, it's like, I don't understand, like, or it's so evil the way they do it, because these people, they're not legal experts. They don't understand that NDAs are not valid in the case of that a crime has been committed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And also it seems like NDAs typically last between 1 and 5 years. That's what I'm reading on some legal website here.
Also, but it's like if you sign an NDA saying that you can't talk about certain things regarding your employment in a company, like let's say you're a model for Abercrombie and you sign an NDA.
Yeah.
And then the CEO of the company drugs you and rapes you. The NDA is not binding. How about that? Can people know that if you sign an NDA and then you get assaulted or something horrific happens to you, the NDA is not binding. You can't enforce. It's not enforceable. But the people that are the victims, I think, are scared, and they have every right to be scared because there is recourse that a lot of these guys do. They threaten recourse. And so I understand why it takes so long for these guys to get indicted. But it's still a damn tragedy.
They say that it was actually international sex trafficking and prostitution business. And it seems like it was maybe separate from Abercrombie.
Do you know what the margins were?
Yeah, it's weird. They say it's a business, and then they're like, the business was we would take these guys and make them suck our dicks. It's just like, how you guys making money?
It's a good business.
Dear Sharks, a business proposal.
Hi, Sharks. My name is Mike Jeffries. I'm the CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch. I've discovered a very important market gap in society. It's called a men's gap.
Yeah, it seems like they would just the men would paid to attend multiple sex events. I don't know why sex, the S in sex and the E in events is capitalized. That's
it's a legal thing.
Sex, really? Yeah. Oh, okay. But yeah, that's their business, is they would pay guys to come have sex with them. It just seems weird.
Well, so I think that like they were brought in under false pretenses. And in one case, and this is from the indictment, and this is really sick, is that there was a man who was heterosexual, who was a model, and he was still forced to have anal sex. I mean, this is like the most disgusting shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, like if he wasn't coerced, if he was just having gay sex, I don't know. Is that even I guess it is, prostitution's illegal, but it wouldn't be a giant. Would it be a giant? That's interesting, right? If there was no coercion and he was just doing gay prostitution, I think we would all be like, nah.
Well, and that's right. Yeah, I mean that's what's interesting about these cases is that, really what it comes down to is it's the distinction between like legalized prostitution,
right?
And rape.
And inserting a high pressured enema by inserting a hose into somebody's anus.
That's what this guy did. I'm so glad I never shopped at Abercrombie.
High pressure enema by inserting a hose into somebody's anus. That's a little rough, dude.
Abercrombie and enemas.
Tryouts. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do tryouts.
It's really
Jesus Christ, man. It's dark.
Yeah, and it's just like
see how much water can fit in this guy's ass.
Literally, it's really it's crazy. And so, he gets indicted, but he's 80 years old. It doesn't feel like a victory to me. It doesn't feel like we won. It feels like he won. He's 80. It feels like he won. He made his money. He lived 80 years having a blast as a fucking serial rapist CEO.
Yeah. We need to get Elon on like a Neuralink where you insert it into somebody's brain and that you can like make somebody have a negative orgasm. You know what I mean? So they calculate up on a calculator how many times he nutted. And then they
illegally.
And then they send him to a chamber.
They do reverse orgasms.
Yeah,
they put the cum back in.
They put the cum back in his balls.
They inject. Honestly, they should enema the cum into his balls,
into his ass.
In an That's his punishment. Should be he goes in an Abercrombie and Fitch store. They're pumping cologne into the store, and he's forced to have enemas, jizz enemas. That's what it should be.
That's so fucked up, man. I'm reading this, man.
The indictment's gross. Doesn't anything stick out to you?
Yeah, I mean, they keep mentioning these high-pressured enemas to which the men did not or were not able to consent.
So let's really zoom in on that. It says did not or were not able. So what does it mean by or were not able? That means they were unconscious, bro. Yeah. It means they were unconscious. So, and there's another part in the indictment where they said they injected pharmaceutical grade Viagra into this guy's dick.
Which is just uncalled for. Why do you got to put it in his dick? Just put it in his arm.
And like, that's literally like a medical, like that's like literally, could be like
malpractice
permanently. It could be permanently damaged your genitals. I mean, it could permanently damage your penis. And it's like they had absolutely no shame in doing this stuff. And after reading that indictment, like I may only go to Abercrombie and Fitch every now and then.
Yeah.
Because I used to go every day. Not because of this. Because of this. I might only go every week. Did you find can we find the thing about them injecting pharmaceutical?
Yeah, I'm looking. This is a weird little thing in this. The staff also provided Jeffrey Smith and the men who attended with alcohol muscle relaxers known as poppers, lubricant, Viagra, and condoms, among other things. Why they mentioned that seems like so they were like safe about it? They were having safe sex.
Oh, you got to be safe.
That's a really strange thing. The staff also directed men to, among other things, wear costumes. That's kind of stupid. Use sex toys.
It's so sick.
Yeah. I wonder what costumes they were wearing.
That's your question?
The Incredible Hulk or something?
That's your question?
I like to dress up as the Incredible Hulk and shove a hose up a hot young teen's ass.
I love how the indictment is like the men were drugged and raped while they were unconscious, sometimes wearing costumes and forced to have enemas. And you're like, oh my God, no. What kind of costumes?
Not the models were not wearing costumes. I'm assuming they were buck naked, but the guys who attended the events wore costumes.
Oh, so okay. Like, now I get it.
What would they want to dress up as? Superman?
No, they're dressed up as like, who knows?
With a Scream mask on?
God, I mean, this is like Eyes Wide Shut.
Like
shit.
a werewolf.
When
like, I'm a bad guy.
That's why I've never done role play. I've never done role play, and I never will. Yeah. Because even consensual role play is a bridge too far for me.
Yeah.
Because it's like it evokes Eyes Wide Shut. You're evoking it's Satanism. It's ritual Satanism to dress up like. I'm very conservative in this way. It scares me. Role play, it scares me.
Also, it's fucking stupid. It's like you're not the janitor at
well, I don't know if I'd role play.
You're not a janitor.
That would not be my first pick.
At Harvard.
I'd be. What was that? Was that a Goodwill Hunting reference?
Yeah. Listen, baby.
You're not
I'm
a math
janitor.
You're not a janitor's secret math genius at Harvard.
That's every girl that I've ever dated. They always were. That's sort of my angle.
You would make them dress up as.
I'm sort
Goodwill
of like
Hunting?
I'm like a working class genius. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just carry the two on that, and you'll find all the different group functions.
But I'm trying to find the thing about the Viagra.
It's in there somewhere.
I didn't see the no, I don't see injection.
Can you control F for inject?
Oh, okay. Here we go.
You found it?
Yeah. On more than one occasions, the defendants Michael S. Jeffries and Matthew C. Smith were directed others to personally inject their penises with prescription grade erection-inducing substance. I wonder what that is.
Guys, we're sponsored by Blue Chew.
Yeah.
We are sponsored by you know what I love about Blue Chew, Mitch? Is that
you can crush it up and snort it.
The cool thing about Blue Chew is like, let's say you're at like an Abercrombie and Fitch tryouts sex party, right? And you can't get hard, or you have one of your boy toys who can't get hard.
Right.
What's great, and this is, use promo code Sean if you want to get a discount. What's cool about Blue Chew is that you can crush it up and mix it with a saline solution, and you can actually put it in a syringe and you can inject it into the boy toys at the sex parties. And so that's really, one of the main uses that I personally have found a great benefit in is like these guys that like, hey, they're unconscious. Let's say, hey, you're at a party and you're like, hey, they're unconscious, but I still want to fuck them.
Mm-hmm. You're a consultant for sex parties.
I am, and people don't know this about me, but let's say I was that, and Blue Chew is a great brand for that. I think people should just have it in their toolkit.
That's crazy.
When
they would inject Viagra or whatever into an unconscious guy's dick so they could fill up his ass with coffee or whatever. Just such a that's insane, dude.
And these are the people that sold us.
They would frequently
pre-ripped jeans.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck, man? Suffer painful physical reactions that lasted for several hours.
Can I say this? I'm not surprised that the people who created pre-ripped jeans, was that them or was that Hot Topic? Abercrombie and Fitch definitely had pre-ripped jeans, right?
Yeah, they did. They were the sort of the all-American look. You know?
So the people that subjected us to cologne every time we walked past the store in the mall were also doing this. It's not a surprise to me. These are not people with empathy.
It's incredible how dark it is, man.
Yeah. But guys, we have to wrap up. That's our show today. Let me see if I got any questions before we wrap here. Thank you for listening. There's much more news that we have not gotten to. Oh, we have 2 questions. Okay. All right. So the first question comes from William. Can you clap? Clap for
Big
William.
Balls Billy on the mic.
Thank you, William. William's question is, if Ted Cruz loses this election, do you believe he will be going back to being the Zodiac killer? Well, William, I'm not going to reveal who I'm voting for. It's Ted Cruz, and he better not lose. William, if Ted Cruz doesn't become president in 2024, I'll become the Zodiac killer. I will kill. I will kill again.
Do you remember that meme? Was it just because he looked like the guy?
I think he looked like the guy.
He doesn't even look that much like the guy. He doesn't even really look that much like the guy. If you pull up a picture of him, he doesn't even.
Wasn't it that like he died and then Ted Cruz was what's the actual like foundation for that myth? Is it that like they were seen in the same places, or like was it like what was the like joke?
NPR wrote about the meme. It captured a feeling they have about Cruz. They think he's creepy and they want to point it out. So it's not really, there's not much other connection.
Okay.
As the murders happened before he was born. Yes, it's really strange. That's a really strange one.
I mean, I always, you know, we're not peddling conspiracy theories here.
Yeah, I remember that meme, but that's crazy that memes back in whatever the fuck 2016. It was just like he's like the Zodiac killer. He doesn't look like the guy. Just people think he's kind of creepy.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, I'll tell you one thing. He's definitely going to go to Cancun. Once this election cycle's over, he's going to Cancun, and honestly, I'll go with him. I'll go with Ted Cruz to Cancun.
Leslie Martin on NPR, she told NPR, it's so obviously untrue. If there was any way that it possibly could be true, I would be scared to joke about it just because of the repercussions. Jesus, calm down, Lindsay.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, apparently people were just like, yeah, he kind of looks like him.
Well, look, Ted Cruz is sort of like a guy. I don't know. I don't have a problem with. I mean, like he's a Bible thumping kind of guy, isn't he? He's like just a classic.
He's how autists rub. He's how normal people react to autists. You know what I mean? Like he probably doesn't rub you the wrong way because you're kind of like him. You know what I mean?
What? And that I have a secret past of murdering innocent people?
No,
based on their astrological signs.
I think he's probably like a little bit. So I don't have a problem with him either. But I think most people probably view him as like kind of socially awkward. Or
I mean, I think
hard to read.
I think a lot of the left sees him as racist.
Yeah,
or just a general asshole as a Republican senator.
Just because he's Republican?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. I mean, he's had his gaffes, but what politician hasn't? So I don't know. I think. You know, Ted Cruz is going to do his thing. I don't see him. Didn't he? Wait, I forget. Did he run in 2020 as well for president? Was he in the RNC?
I assume so. Let me see.
You know, it's interesting. He is an interesting guy. Ted Cruz is an interesting guy.
He kind of just seems like a normal dude to me. He seems like he could do the job at the McDonald's.
He does kind of give us president of McDonald's vibes.
Yeah.
I could actually just as easily see Ted Cruz giving that same speech.
He would do great at that job.
The Quarter Pounder has been discontinued temporarily.
Listen, the Quarter Pounder, he started as a nasally voice.
The Quarter
Pounder is Southern accent a little bit.
I could see him doing an apology video where he's like, I'm sorry that I went to Cancun and then went right when the Quarter Pounder was discontinued in Colorado. I discontinued the Quarter Pounder
down
personally.
In Cancun, letting my ass breathe in Cancun.
I went out to Cancun and it was a mistake. It was a mistake to go down to Cancun, but I was looking out for my family.
Listen, the boy's got to let his ass breathe in Cancun during the COVID-19 pandemic.
You know what they have in Cancun? They have onions that don't have E. coli, and that's why I went. And I'll be honest, I would do it again.
Sorry, I left the family poodle Snowflake in the house. This is apparently the name of his dog. I was supposed to see if he ran in the
2020 election. That's all right. We'll move on. William's second question. William, you get $5. By the way, if you ask a question in our Facebook group, I personally will pay you $5 on Venmo. William, your second question. How do you feel about Trump wanting to deport Josh, which is my old producer? How will he come to terms having to leave all those kids here? Well, you know, William, I think that, you know, people that are here illegally need to suffer the consequences, even if they at one point produced Sean's show. That's a hard proof.
Was he an illegal immigrant?
No, but I just, you know.
Oh.
In a way, he's illegal because of his race.
Oh.
I'm gonna send this to him. I love you, Josh. I think honestly, no. I mean, I think Josh might vote for Trump. We don't know. We don't know if Josh votes. I mean, yeah, actually, William, you're a longtime listener. You know that Josh and I are not voting ever, and we never will. We buy Bitcoin. You want to know how to not get deported from America? Buy some fucking Bitcoin. That's how you stay here. You want to firmly plant your feet? You got to buy Bitcoin. That's what you got to do. But I mean, as I got to give him a call actually. Say hi. I haven't talked to him in a sec. Josh actually called me when the assassination attempt, Trump got shot, and then my old producer Josh called me immediately which is really funny because he knows that when shit goes down, he knows that I will immediately flip into being an anarchist psychopath. I would thrive in a world where there were no laws. I would create a sort of a top-down structure based on fear and hate and violence. I think I could do that.
Have you ever shot a gun?
And yeah, I have.
Fighted a guy?
I did.
I do have a fight with a guy.
I fought one of my good buddies in high school. We had a sanctioned fight. You ever have a sanctioned fight with one of your friends? Or was it? Because my friend and I we're both like lanky white dudes, and we would always joke, we're like, dude, I could fuck you up. And then he'd be like, no, dude, I'd totally fuck you up. And then we actually went onto the AstroTurf during lunch, and we had a good fight where we're like, no punches in the nuts, no eye things.
Yeah.
And he won.
Damn.
So we will see. I one thing's for sure, if Trump gets reelected, I don't know, man. I don't know, William. I hope he doesn't deport Josh, because that'd be very sad, because Josh runs a lot of major podcasts. If Josh, I don't think people realize that if my old producer Josh, who lives in Austin, if he gets deported, 99% of the podcast industry would collapse. Honestly, I hope he gets deported, because then my show's the only show left.
Less competition.
That's how I feel. So thanks for the questions, William. I love you. Thank you for being a listener, and for everyone listening, thank you so much. We have a new Spotify follower, so thank you for whoever's followed the show in the last week. I love you. And we are going to continue the show with the Patreon right after this.
Where's Gary? Come on, dude.
Gary's been a little busy, but hey, thanks for listening, guys. We love you. Follow the show. You know all the shit, all the same shit. Like, subscribe on YouTube, review the show on Spotify and Apple. Join the Facebook group and subscribe to the Patreon. Do one of those things to help the show. I don't know how much free content I've given you, ungrateful motherfuckers, but you need to help me out. It's time to help Sean out.
I agree.
All right, I'm just joking with you guys. No, that did come from a place of truth. So that's it. Thank you so much. We're going to continue. What are we going to talk about on the Patreon, Mitch?
Let's see what we got, Sean. We got cracked skull, fractured bones, show danger for Rivian factory workers.
Okay. So on the Patreon, we're going to talk about Rivian, which is a hot electric vehicle startup, and we're going to talk about how their manufacturing plants may not be as safe as they say they are.
And Republicans appear to be voting early.
And Republicans are voting early, which is counter to the Stop the Steal rhetoric. So join us on the Patreon. We will see you there. Have a great week. Bye.